Hello, Nicole here from Hair of the Dog, and I'm so happy that you have these incredible templates to help you create something great for your business. Now, all the templates that Hair of the Dog creates are all going to be in the same brand, this Jane Doe photography brand that you can see our brand elements right here. If you have your own brand, I highly recommend that you take the time to create a little brand design element guide like this. Doesn't have to be fancy. It can be on a Trello board. It can be on a Word document, whatever. You just want to have this stuff in one spot because anytime you go to create something, you can make sure that it is created in this brand identity. You want to know your colors that you work with. You want to know your fonts, usually 2 fonts, if not 3, like a copy font and then a headline font and a sub-headline font, your logo, and then if you have any graphics or design elements that you work with. That's really it. That's all you need to do to kind of keep your brand identity pretty similar. So this is the brand identity that we have here for Jane Doe Photography, which is what all of our things are created in. And you can have this for your reference. Now, when you have these big inquiry pricing guides or welcome guides, we have 2 versions in here. We have these single pages and we have these double pages. Now, the double page spread works really well if you're going to be using this as a PDF where you upload it onto your website and people kind of go through it digitally. If you want to print them, that is definitely where you're going to want to use the single pages. The single pages can be used if you're going to be PDFing, but it's going to look way better as a double page spread than the single page spread if you're just doing it on your website. So the single page spread, these have been created for printing. So they are to MagCloud, MagCloud, to their magazine template. So you can print those from them if you'd like. You can also print these at Marathon Press. They do a great job at printing booklets as well. So just wanted to let you know that's what the difference between these are the single versus double pages. And now let's jump in so I can show you how to edit these. Okay, here we are on one of the pages, and I'll show you really quick how to edit them. So for editing the text, well, actually right over here on our layers palette, remember your Photoshop layout might look a little bit different because I've created a custom workspace for just how I like to access everything. Anyway, so right over here we have the labels, which are these little things right here. This little area is called labels. So whenever you want to update what this is called, page numbers, things like that, it'll be in this labels folder. You can hit T for your text tool, and then you can go ahead and change that. For whatever reason, I don't have that font on my computer, not on this computer, so it's going to look to change it. If this happens to you and it says, oh, there's going to be a font substitution, you just need to go and download that font on the information that comes with this brand. Also on that brand guidelines, it tells you which fonts you need. So just download those fonts and go ahead and put them into your computer, and then it will work just fine. All right, so that's for those labels. The page right here is where you get everything else. So we have some text over here. We have, if you want to update any of this, you can just change it. And, if it's a horse, whatever you want to do, you can change that. You can highlight it and you can change the font to maybe your font that is with your brand, things like that. So here's one that I use for my branding. So there you go. So you can easily update that as you like. Okay, so say we want to change this rectangle color. We can go ahead and click on these layers, and do you see that little bit of blue that's showing up here? That is going to tell us where that layer is, or what layer that is there. You can also turn this on and off over here on that little area to see what that is. So say we want to change the color of this rectangle, we can just go ahead and double click right here on that layer, and we will just put in our hex code that's for our brand, and look at that, boom. There it is. Same thing, we could turn that one back on. We can press on that one. Maybe we want that one to be a different color. So however you want to do that, you can go ahead and do it that way. Same thing with the small rectangle. Maybe we want it to be, I don't know. There we go. So that kind of shows you how to do all of those things. What if you want to change the size of this text box? Well, we can go ahead and We can select all of those and go Command T, and then we can adjust the size. Remember, if it's not working the way you want, like it's staying locked and you want it to not stay locked, you can hold Shift and then you can adjust it. Or sometimes, Photoshop has changed this various times, so it depends what version of Photoshop you have, where sometimes if you don't hold Shift, it won't be locked and you have to hold Shift to lock it. So it really just depends what version you're running and what you set your preferences up. So just try the other thing. Hold Shift if it's not working how you would like it to transform that size of that rectangle. Now to change your images, we can see right here, we have our image attached to this layer right underneath. So you hit Option or Alt and go right here in between and you can see it saying, oh, okay, unlink those images. Oh, look how big this image is here. I want it to be linked. And here's kind of the mask that we're going to put this image in. So we go ahead between those two. You want the image on top of this mask, and it's all set up this way. You'll see where my image is, and you'll just put your image in there and delete mine. It'll be super easy. And then you can link it if you need to link it, just like that. But let's go ahead and add a new image in here. So we are going to open up Bridge is where I have a whole bunch of images. Let's say we're just going to throw this image in here. We can just drag it right there. We're going to make it a little bit smaller so it's the proper size. Drag it around, hit yes, and then we can go ahead. We can, if you pull it in between those two, it'll automatically link it, and then you can just delete my image there. And then, oh, wait. I mean, you're not going to want to leave this image here. This was a poorly chosen one because it's on that seam. So maybe let's grab a different image. We want something that the dog is off to the side. This one would be a good one. Oh, it actually works out well too for my dog. Right now it says horse, but that's okay. So there we go. We'll try to line it up there. We'll hit yes. We will go ahead and option to link it. Boom, just like that. Again, if you want to, and we can delete this one that we don't need. If you want to change the size of all this or move it, if you just want to change the size of the mat in the back, just have that area highlighted, Command T, and we can adjust the size of that. Oh, see, there's a rectangle underneath. Say, oh, I just messed that up. You can hit no. Don't do that change. There's a rectangle right behind that white background. So you highlight both, Command T, and now we can change both of them. So be like, oh, hello, little doggy. And you can move it around. See, if you move it around and the image is not selected, the image stays where it is. But say you want to move that image around too. So we can say, no, we don't want to take those changes. If we want to move this whole thing together, just highlight all three of these, Command T. You can change it. So you can transform the size of the image and that background. You can move the whole thing around, things like that. So these are the ways that you're going to be able to customize this a little bit and be able to put in your images into this video. So hopefully now you know how you can go ahead and start customizing these templates for your business. Now, if you're looking at this and you're saying, oh my gosh, there's no way I want to do that much Photoshop work. I really am just learning Photoshop. This is so overwhelming. Have no fear. We can do that for you. We are offering a service in which we can go ahead and customize this for you with your images, your font, your colors, your logo, all of those things. We can even customize copy and things like that if you want it to be fully customized. We're going to have two prices, a semi-custom option and a fully customized option. You can read about the details through the link underneath this video. And yeah, we look forward to helping you if you need that additional support. But otherwise, go out and enjoy your templates. Thanks so much.